Hey there, Sagittarius. This is Chronic Joy Tarot, and this is going to be your October 2017 reading for those with Sun, Moon, Rising sign in Sagittarius. I wanted you to know that I'm just in such appreciation of everyone here and the, subscribing and the sharing and all the ways that you show up and engage with my channel. It's truly appreciated. This is going to be just a general reading, so if you would like one that's more tailored to your questions and more personally yours, you can contact me in the About section. And the oracle card I pulled for you at this time is coming from this deck, the Chakra Wisdom. It's really quite a beautiful deck, and it's going to focus on one chakra, at a time. Each section has there's 7 sections with 7 cards each. The card that I pulled for you at this time, Sagittarius, is a throat chakra card, and it's the card Quest. So what this card talks about is your path, committing yourself to your path, making sure that you stay in communication, not only with yourself but with others, through, even if the path is unknown and it's a little challenging or frightening, keep that, keep your intention clear. Keep your intention clear, speak your intention, face your truths, and you may need to take some risks, but be sure you're always sort of walking your talk, if that phrase resonates with you. Okay, so let's see what the Zen Tarot says now in relation to your path and staying fully committed to the intention of your path. Okay, so the starting point you're at here is this card, Ordinariness. You may feel like life is just kind of passing by. It's sort of status quo, day in, day out. Nothing really spectacular going on. But remember, those, or that you're longing for this kind of an energy, is that maybe there's too much going on and you long for some ordinary days. The ups and downs and the ebbs and flows are part of everyone's life path. That is what life consists of, correct? Just being able to ease into the rhythms that life brings you. So if there's a lot of stuff coming at you and you're getting sort of slammed by all the events in your life and you just long for some quiet days where you could just basically literally walk through the field like that and just contemplate, it's coming, right? It's the path is laid out before you. And remember, wherever you are on the path right now is where you're meant to be. So whether it's a challenging space or a sort of boring space or a little bit in between, it's all your own, right? And in this card, in the little story that the booklet has that backs up this story, this woman, the oldest woman in the town, wants to finally take on the deadly swamp that no one dares cross. And when she sets out to do it, it disappears. And she looks down and there's just her navy, her blue path right under her feet. And she realizes that her life is right here, right now. And that's kind of what we're guiding you to try to focus on at this time, Sagittarius, is to stand in your center, stand in that place your feet are on, in that place on the path, and appreciate it. And know what your intention is going forward, and don't lose sight of that, but also don't jump too far ahead and don't turn around, for too long and look at what has gone before you. Be in that space, occupy that space and time that you're in at this time, okay? The internal energy, the first level of internal energy here that we're going to talk about in relation to that, in relation to staying committed to your path, is the conditioning card. So inside you may have an idea within you that others don't see you the way you see yourself, or that you wish, others would see you in a different way. And I'm going to circle right back to this card here, which, remember, it's a throat chakra card. So if you feel that you're not being represented right, or that others don't perceive you in the way you wish that you feel you are inside, be sure you're communicating that. Be sure you're reaching out and showing up as your full self every step of the way, right? The external energy, this is a big shift. You've got the Thunderbolt card. This is a big shift is coming, or you're in the middle of it right now. Remember, this is a general reading, so it's hard for me to tell timelines and your exact circumstances, but this Thunderbolt energy is scary to some because it represents a big shakeup, a big change. And for others, depending on, how you see where your footing is, right, on your journey, some may see this as a really positive clearing and shedding and releasing of things that don't serve you anymore. And this is in an external position. So this is in your day-to-day life. Like, this is showing up in your life, and will be apparent to others as well that changes are coming. I always like to take the positive outlook and just know that sudden changes and sudden movements and shifts and loss and grief is there to serve you. It's there to help you grow, to help you reemerge from, the rubble that's left behind, to firm that footing on your path and get a real strong sense of, what your intentions are and where you're headed. Okay? The next level of internal energies here is the card Aloneness. Now this is one of my favorite cards, actually, because this to me is a matter of self-empowerment. Some people see aloneness as a scary, sad, lonely kind of an energy, and especially since this is internal, I love it in this position, because to me, loneliness is one thing. That means that we're missing another. There's an absence of another. But aloneness is the presence of yourself. And if you think about it, all those moments you spend quietly, talking to yourself in your head, or just experiencing your life in quiet moments all by yourself, there is such strength and rich beauty in alone time. And whatever the quest is that you're on, whatever this path and your intentions are, you can do this on your own. You don't really need anyone else's input, opinions, help, support. It's nice and lovely to have the support, and you probably do in your life, being the wonderful fire sign that you are, Sag, but you don't need it, So if it turns out that you're feeling, wow, I'm doing this, I'm really on my own here, toward your goal, toward your journey, that's okay, because there's strength in that. And these are also both power cards. They're major arcanas, and and since these are internal energies, this is like sort of shore up who you are. Be sure you're showing up exactly as you see yourself, and get on with it, because you could do this all on your own. You don't really it's nice to have others to rely on, but deep inside you don't really need it, and that you're always fine, right? Okay, and then the next external energy is suppression. So this goes along, to me, with the throat chakra theme, because if you're holding things back, if you're not showing up, like we said in this conditioning card here, as you really are in your life, in your external world, holding things in and holding back who you really are will probably, slow your progress. It will slow your progress. However, it is a very natural human experience to want to withhold or withdraw or protect your feelings and your inner self when you feel like, it's just not connecting, or people aren't getting it, or someone's coming at you and, attacking you, or bringing challenges to you. It's natural to withdraw and try to sort of protect yourself. So this is okay. If you find yourself in that space in the next couple weeks or so, it's okay. Just recognize it, allow it to be there, and then proceed down your path. And remember, this shedding, this Thunderbolt card, might create a sense of vulnerability. It might create a sense of, you're too raw, you're too exposed because you've lost too much, or you've shed, or there's too many shifts going on in your life. It's okay. Know you're okay, all on your own. And try, to resist the urge to really retreat and go into your hideaway from others. Moments of that is wonderful because that shores up your self-empowerment. Okay. The final internal energy is the stress card. So if you're feeling like along the path of this journey and trying to navigate and maintain that sense of nowness, that right here and now, where my feet are on this path is okay. It's perfect. It's fine. If you jump too far ahead in your mind and think, but I'm not accomplishing this quickly enough, or that will create the stress. Okay, so this is a gentle reminder that when that stress shows up inside, to just drop back down, even all the way down to this ordinariness card, drop back down into, as it is in this moment, life is fine, right? Because when we jump ahead too many steps, that is what creates the stress. We worry, we anticipate. It's one thing to, become excited and fulfilled about every step on your path. But when you start to worry that, if I do this, what if that, if you start to worry too far ahead, is what I'm trying to say, that creates stress within. And we don't want that, right? You want to drop back into the knowing that you got this, right? You got it. And the outcome here, you have pulled 2 outcome cards. I love it. Oh, wow, this is crazy. So if you're feeling like you're on a path and maybe even in a fork in the road, commit to one or the other, right? Commit to the path. Remember, that was the original message. And that's what this card tells us, the schizophrenia card, because this person's literally caught, between that rock and a hard place or whatever the ledge is. He's barely hanging on toes and fingers and doesn't know, should I let go of my hands? Should I let go of my feet? What decision should I make? Well, if you're feeling that sort of fork in the road, caught between, 2 unknowns kind of a space, choose one. Just choose one and move forward. Even if it's just 2 steps forward in that direction. And you'll soon know if it was not in your best interest and that you need to make another decision and go. But don't stay stuck, right? And utilize, this newness, this new awareness that you're beginning to develop within yourself, right? The spiritual growth that you've taken on so far, and all the progress you've made, use that and trust it. And this new vision tells us to open up your sense of awareness, open it up a little to possibilities that maybe you didn't even think of as far as the next step on your path. Just stay open, because there are times when we're in this sort of suppressed state and we're holding back and we're retreating in a protective mode, that we miss opportunities and we miss the signs of our next step because we're holding back and creating stress for ourselves, right? So if you go through this phase, which is naturally human, perfectly normal, be aware of it and go back to that knowledge that, you know what, I'm okay. I got this. Yeah, this doesn't feel great in this very moment, but I got this. It's all fine. And then make sure to know exactly where your feet are in that path. And be sure, since this was a throat chakra card, commit to where you're headed, commit to the decisions you make, and claim them, declare them out loud, you know, say it out loud. And it will, you know, it will help to ease the journey. It will, you know, bring you to a very nice sense of ease if you're owning it every step of the way. Okay? All right, Sag, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and remember, it was general. If you want a private reading, let me know. I am a little bit behind with the October readings, but whenever you come upon this video is the time to go ahead and focus, you know, on that, on the energy, on that part of your development. So it's okay. I'm going to really, it's been super busy for me lately, so I'm really going to try to be on time with the mid-month updates. If I'm not, please forgive me ahead of time. Okay, take care, Sag.